What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Vegas Al, ready to break down February 21st action here. We're going to discuss a lot here for Saturday. I'm excited about this weekend. I don't know about you guys. We got a nice UFC Paramount card. Obviously, some college hoops we'll talk about. Some NBA action is back now. First week back since the All-Star break. What else? Oh yeah, MLB spring training wasn't the best. 2-3. Those 5 picks I gave out, 2-3. Forgive me, guys. But we did say to fade the Yankees. That's all I got to say. Spring training baseball we'll talk about. We'll talk about a little bit of soccer as well. The only thing I won't discuss today is the tennis. That we dropped our tennis match today. Casper Ruud just looked a little. I don't know. Third set just got away from him. Only way I can describe it. It was a pretty intense match there with Sebastian Corda. We dropped it. I will get to how I did today. Today has been a pretty solid day. 6-3. We still do have another 2 bets pending. Lakers and Clippers game going on right now. I'll tell you guys at the end of the show. But like I said, it's been rolling along really good here this last week or so. Just trying to keep it go into the weekend strong here. But yeah, give me a like and subscribe before we get into this action for tomorrow. I'm going to get the MLB spring training out of the way for you crazy degens like me that want to know what's going on with the MLB action this early. I got you. If not, I'll be fast, short, and sweet with these here. So let's start in the MLB here. We got some spring training action, Pirates and Orioles. I gave out Orioles for today to beat the Yankees. Of course, Trevor Rogers was on the mound. We're going to see Dean Kremer on the mound here for this one. Not necessarily something you want to see, if I'm being quite honest. I'm not the biggest Dean Kremer guy. I don't know about you guys, but not me. You look, Pirates here, number 1 or number 2 farm system in all of, baseball. This prospect here, 19-year-old, I'm trying to find his name. It's Connor, Pirates prospect, 2025. I'm trying to find it. I had it. Connor Griffin. Check this cat out for the Pirates. 19 years old. You're talking about drafted at 17 years old out of high school. Has shot up the minor leagues and expected to be an opening day starter here for the Pirates. Again, he's an outfielder. Connor, what's his name? Connor Griffin. He's a shortstop, excuse me. Of course, Bubba Chandler. The farm system for the Pirates is that's what I like betting on here come spring training, and I'm expecting to get some plus money with the Pirates here in this one. Again, I don't get lines for spring training until the next day in the morning. Real quick, short and sweet, fading Dean Kremer. I'll take the Pirates here in this one. Next game up, we got Cookie Carrasco on the mound here for the Braves. Auto fade. We'll take the Rays here in this one. That's how quick and easy it is. The Chandler Simpson will not be playing here for the Rays. They're just giving him some rest, taking it really precautionary with him. It's early on in the season, obviously, here, spring training still talking about here. But give me the Rays to get this one done here. Fade of Cookie Carrasco early on in that game. We got Keter Montero here for the Tigers, a guy I want to back who's fighting for a rotation spot here for Detroit. Expect him to have a nice showing. Yes, we're fading the Yankees all year long. Give me the Tigers here in this one. And then Marlins and Mets. Let me get to this pitcher here. I was trying to find out about this guy here that's going for the Marlins. Should go a little bit. That's what you want to look. This kid, Robbie Snelling, a nice prospect here for the Marlins. Expecting him to at least go 3 innings. They're going to see what they got with this young kid. Again, another system, farm system here in the Marlins. Not terrible. Looked as a top 10 farm system in all of baseball, according to many sources here. Athletics and White Sox. Again, farm system, maybe not as great as what's been coming up the last couple of years for the A's. But, I mean, you're talking about Butler, Soderstrom, Yeloff, Colby Thomas, Nick Kurtz, tons of young talent on this athletic squad. I kind of like backing them here in spring training to start the year off. this young core trying to build something here. Yeah, give me the Athletics in this one. What else? We got Dodgers and Angels final spring training game I'll talk about. Angels there, winners of 8 straight in the regular season last year. Gave the Dodgers fits. When you look here, Yamamoto is expected to go versus Soriano. Maybe both guys go a couple innings. Shouldn't really affect too much into the final game. But Dodgers a top 5 farm system in all of baseball. Excuse me. Angels 28th farm system in baseball. Something to keep in mind. I'm not willing to think the Dodgers end this win streak or the losing streak to the Angels here, though. Just a straight fade of the Dodgers and being a hater. Give me the Angels here in this one. I gave you some facts on why the Dodgers might be the side to back. But again, they've lost 8 straight into the Dodgers, and I was on the Angels just about all those times. I'm just going to keep rolling it over at this point. We got Magic and Suns. We're going to get into some NBA action. Finally, the good stuff. Enough of that spring training talk. First game we'll talk about here, Magic and Suns. You look at the injury report here. Jalen Suggs is now on it with a back injury. Devin Booker, Cole Anthony, and Grayson Allen on the injury report for the Suns. I think those pieces mean a lot more to the Suns than Suggs to the Magic. Anthony Black has stepped up. Obviously, Desmond Bane, a nice acquisition. Banchero and one of the Wagner brothers are in. To me, that's enough to back the Magic here, who just got done slacking the Kings, doing what they're supposed to. I think they get out here. Again, this is a funky line. Plus 1.5 here for the Magic is where I'm looking. Do not want to touch the total. Suns' ATS record is about to start taking a little bit of a hit here. Give me the Magic in this one. We got 76ers and Pelicans, total 230.5. Sixers laying the 3.5 points. Injury report-wise, Embiid and George, it's been like that all year. When you look for the Pelicans, Missy, Micah Peavy, and Trey Murphy, all game-time decisions. Not looking to back the Pelicans here on a back-to-back. We saw them give up 139 tonight to the Bucks. Could be something similar here. Defense optional in this one. I like the over 230.5. And, of course, I like the Sixers here to get this one done. Playing some playoff basketball here. 6th in the East. A lot at stake still for the 76ers squad. Expect maximum effort here in this one. Give me the 76ers to get this one done. And the over 230.5. Big spread here in this one. I'm seeing Spurs minus 18.5 at home here. Total 227.5. Of course, been a host of names on the injury report for the Kings. DeAndre Hunter is now out for the season. Levine, Cardwell, Sabonis, all out, obviously for the year. Mason Plumlee, Lyndon Waters, really the only 2 names I'm seeing for the Spurs. We got a healthy Spurs squad. Not really a look-ahead spot either when you look at who they play next. They do play Detroit on Monday, Eastern Conference opponent that's number 1 in the East. I just don't think Spurs would care too much to, overlook the Kings here. Kings on a 15-game losing streak, And if you know anything about the player psyche, you don't want to be the team that gives up the win there to these struggling teams. The Kings, again, 15 straight losses, 3-25 on the road. Is this line a little inflated? Yes. Still got to lean Spurs. That's how bad the Kings are. I don't know who's going to be the guys scoring for them either. I mean, Russ is getting up there, DeRozan and Monk, and I'm just not in love with the Kings at this point. All these guys sitting out, writings on the wall, they are completely tanking. All right, we got Pistons and Bulls. Pistons minus the 10.5 here, total 230.5. I actually thought the total was kind of light, considering these two teams have kind of gone under when met up. What do you got at 108.93 last time these two teams played? It was a Pistons win. Pistons winners of 4 straight. Bulls losers of 7 straight. I could argue Anthony Simmons and Giddey are not meshing well. Giddey had 5 points the other night with Simmons in the lineup. Those two will eventually find a way to coexist, but as of right now, I think the Pistons blow them out in what could be a first to 100 type game. I think the under 230.5 is live in this one. Bulls clearly trend to the over, play zero defense, but Pistons aren't trying to run you out the gym. I think you're talking 120 to 95 gets us under this total and the minus 10.5. So again, Pistons minus the 10.5 and the under 230.5 in Detroit, Chicago. All right, we got Rockets and Knicks final NBA game I will talk about. I'll be short and sweet. Knicks 20-10 ATS wise at home this year. Have no problem backing them here. Injury report wise, pretty much healthy Miles McBride, and for the Rockets, pretty much healthy as well. So should see both teams at full strength. I just like the Knicks at home. Been playing some solid ball, looking for a bounce back. It was an ugly performance there last time out versus Detroit. Yeah, I just think the Knicks are also a little bit deeper when it comes to all these guards that they have. Kolek, Shaman, all these guys are 7th or 8th off the bench. Clarkson, Josh Hart. The names go on and on. Bridges, and Anunoby. That's just without naming Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, obviously the two focal points of this team. Knicks here get this one done at home. Lay the 3 points. All right, I zipped through the NBA. I zipped through some MLB spring training, and now we get to the good stuff. We get to the college basketball, where the books are liable. Way too many games on Saturday for the books to know exactly where to put these lines at. I'll start here with a dog in Florida State at 8.5 points. To me, seems like a little too much. I get it. Clemson, losers of 3 straight, actually, not playing that well. 11-2 at home this year, though, so do play their better ball, obviously, on their home court. FSU, again, 50-50 this year, 13-13, but not as bad as that record appears. A top 50 rebounding team in the country, a lot better than Clemson, which is surprising when you dig into it. Clemson is 20th in the nation in turnovers, so they could, force some turnovers out of the FSU end. Defensive numbers point to Clemson as well, but I think FSU shows up here, keeps this one within the 8.5 points. I'm not looking to lay anything with Clemson right now until they get out of this funk. 8.5 points seems like a little too much to have to get on the Clemson bandwagon here. I'll take the FSU Seminoles plus the 8.5 in this one. We got Florida and Ole Miss. Florida laying the 13.5 points, total 150.5 here on the road for them. I expect Florida to get this one done. Blew them out last year, have been blowing a lot of teams out this year. They've been putting these lines a little inflated on the Gators, winners of 6 straight, 9-1 in their last 10. SEC conference is not as strong as I thought it would be this year, so Florida's still one of the big boys. And Ole Miss 8-game losing streak, 2-8 in their last 10, 240th in defensive rating. Florida top 30 offense as well. Ole Miss bottom 200 in defensive rating. All the numbers, especially rebounding. Florida, the number 1 rebounding team in the country. Sound like a broken record, but you guys know I love these Florida bigs to run the floor. Give me the Florida Gators here, minus the 13.5, and they finally cover a spread. It's been a couple games in a row here in which they haven't covered these inflated lines. This one might be just about the right price here, minus 13.5, maybe minus 10 is what it should be. But I'm willing to pay the 3.5 point tax with those Gators, as I think we see a 20-plus point win here for those Florida Gators in this one. We got UNC and Syracuse. Last time these two teams played, it was a insane comeback for Syracuse there to get the backdoor cover. That one was in North Carolina. Of course, Henry Vassar and Caleb Wilson both looking like they might not play tomorrow for Syracuse, for North Carolina, which is a big deal. Looking to back Syracuse for that reason. Again, covered to last time versus North Carolina at full strength. I get it. It was an insane 30-something point comeback to do so. Syracuse not necessarily the greatest, 3-7 in their last 10. We've talked about the free throw shooting woes. They've actually improved quite a. No, they haven't. Still 364th in the country. It's the better three-point shooting teams. Actually, Syracuse found that kind of interesting. Can make a case Syracuse makes this a dogfight, especially with those pieces missing from North Carolina. Line tells you all you need to know on why it's a sketchy one. Give me Syracuse here in this one. We got Cincinnati and Kansas. Kansas laying the 10.5 points. Total is 137.5. I actually think Cincinnati has the size up front to match up with Badunga and Bryson Tiller here from Kansas. Don't care if Darren Peterson plays or not. Either way, Kansas has been a team that I don't really want to step in front of. 9-1 straight up in their last 10. Last year's meeting, which obviously we agree Kansas is a lot better than last year's squad, was a 54-40 win. Jizzle James, Day Thomas, Baba Miller, these pieces on Cincinnati just about were all there outside of Baba Miller. But I don't know. To me, Baba Miller and Cincy's size can't keep this close. That's why I'm leaning Cincinnati to get this done, and all the turmoil around Darren Peterson not looking to, consistently lay stuff like this with Kansas, even at home, especially with who they got up next on deck. They play Houston here on Monday night up next. I can see Cincinnati keeping this one close, at least late in the game, backdoor cover. Jizzle James, Day Thomas, again, late in the game. As long as they're left in, they can keep this one in within 10 points here. Give me Cincinnati plus the 10.5 in this one. We got Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt laying 3.5 at home. Total 150.5. When you look at this one here, I would say Tennessee is probably taking a step back compared to Vanderbilt this year. Don't get me wrong. Vanderbilt has been sketch here. Last 10 games, 5-5, been 50-50 really once SEC play got around. We're a little bit of fool's goals there, but I actually think this year the better squad between these two teams. Obviously, an in-state rivalry game. The free throw shooting discrepancy, 260th in the nation is Tennessee. 14th in the country is Vanderbilt. The shooting numbers as well, pace of play. About the only thing leaning to Tennessee's direction is the defensive and rebounding numbers. They're going to have to turn this into a scrap, but I don't think Vanderbilt really cares. I think they can just outrun them, outpace them here. Vanderbilt gets to the 80s. Tennessee struggles. Give me Vanderbilt here minus the 3.5 here in this one. We got Miami and UVA, another game here. Very interesting, if you ask me. I think Miami Hurricanes are live as all hell in this one. Winners of 4 straight. UVA winners of 7 straight. I don't know. To me, 6-1 on the road is this Miami Hurricane squad this year. Doing some nice things offensively, scoring almost 84 points a game. That puts them top 50 in the country. Top 10 in the country in field goal percentage is this Miami Hurricane squad. You look 21-5 to Virginia's 23-3. I could argue this is a get-up spot for the Hurricanes, who have played some good ball this year. Malik Reyno, there's some pieces. Donaldson as well on this squad. I don't know. I can get behind Miami Hurricanes here at the 8.5 points. I like Virginia, but I don't like laying anything like this with them here. Give me the Miami Hurricanes here in this one. We got Kansas State and Texas Tech. Here's a creepy, sneaky dog here to get on, and it's Kansas State just let go of the coach, Jerome Tang. We saw them play balls to the wall there versus Baylor. Can they repeat that performance? I think they can here, even on the road versus Texas Tech. Just a heartbreaking loss there to lose JT Toppin for the rest of the season. They had been doing some nice things this year, Texas Tech. Obviously, the outright win versus Arizona was nice. The wins there versus Houston, BYU, they've done some great things this year, Texas Tech. But losing JT Toppin like that, now having to mix match this front court, at least for this game here versus the Kansas State squad, who nobody gets up for. Let's just be real. I think there's actually a little bit of value on this Kansas State Wildcat squad. I had this at plus 16. It's already been bought down to 14.5. Public kind of agrees with me, but I'll still take Kansas State here plus the 16 or 14. Again, do your line shopping in this one. Either way, I'm on the dog here in this one. All right, finally got a marquee matchup here to talk about. Arizona, Houston, top 5 matchup here. Houston number 2 at home here, laying the 4.5 points. Arizona possibly again without Koa Pete. We did see them get it done there last time out versus BYU. Failed to cover that number, but again, did get the outright win there. Was an impressive showing. They showed that they are a deep enough squad. But in these games like this against Houston, I do feel like they might need all their pieces. But Houston's taking a step back. Let's call it what it is. To have to rely on the freshman Kingston Flemings in late game situations. We saw what happened there versus Iowa State. I think that's a telltale sign of what may happen, especially come tournament time with Houston. We're expecting Milo Suzanne and Emmanuel Sharp to step up this year. I've sounded like a broken record waiting on it, and it hasn't happened. The front court with Chris Sanak is really the only piece. Tugler's still undersized, though he'll hustle. I think Arizona actually can come out with an outright victory in this one, and to get 4.5 points in your back pocket, yeah, I'll take the Arizona Wildcats here in this one. We got Texas and UGA. This one total 165.5. Georgia laying the 2.5 points. When you look here, it was a 87-67 blowout win for Texas in their first meeting. Texas winners of 5 straight. Sean Wright has really come in and done some things here for this Texas program. Not even with all the players he necessarily wanted. He's mixed matched this roster and done some nice things. Top 15 in true shooting percentage. A top 12 offensive rated team is this Texas Longhorn squad. Of course, Georgia, 90 points per game, top 5 in the country, top 10 in pace. Both teams shooting over 46% from the floor, puts them in the top 100 in the country. Yes, I think the total may be a little smidgen high, 165.5, but I think this time Georgia's offense really steps up. They're not scoring 67 points like they did last time versus Texas, especially at home where they play their better ball. Obviously, they're getting their main guy back as well. I like Georgia here and Texas to go over the total. I'm conflicted on a side, if I'm being honest, because I still think Texas can get this done. But Georgia at home is a different beast. Again, I'd rather just be on the total over 165.5 here, Texas and Georgia in that one. Let me get to the chat here, and then we'll check out what I have to say about Oregon and USC. We got Sonny in here, man. He's talking about give me the Huskers team total under. Going to be around 82. You're looking to fade them there. They play Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a trap game. I think almost every game for the Cornhuskers until about tournament time will be a trap game. I don't know. They've hit their funk late in the year. You got to know how to win first to be a successful team. Still kind of came out of nowhere this year. I'm not betting on the Cornhuskers for the foreseeable future. Good luck with that, Sonny. I hope that one cashes for you. I'll be rooting for the Cornhuskers in that one. All right, let's talk Oregon, USC. What do we got here? USC, the 5.5-point favorites at home, total 147.5. USC did get it done last time out. That was 82-77, in which a lot of Oregon's pieces were in. Not the same case anymore. 1-9 in their last 10 games. It's been brutal this year. 9-17. 1-7 on the road is Oregon this year. Losing Jackson Halstead. I think Nate Biddle is at least back. Kwame Evans has been a nice little piece. I still think USC is too much for them here. A lot of front court length. Bounce back spot after getting bullied by Illinois here. Am I rushing to lay 5 points? No. This might be a double result, as I think USC is in control of this game, first half and second half. Minus 5.5 is right where the line should probably be at. Lean USC here in this one. We got UConn, Villanova, in which one I'm rushing to the window at this price. I don't care if it's bait. I'll take the bait here. Minus 2.5 with UConn. They're expecting a low-scoring game, total at 140.5. When you look between these two, 75-67 was the last meeting there, January 24th. UConn got it done. Look, Villanova winners of 6 straight. I get it, but I'm still not impressed with the way Lindsey has played here. Bryce Lindsey, his last couple games. Did he get off the schneid there last time out versus Xavier? 15 points, but before that, 2 points, 4 points, 0 points, 6 points, 3 points, 11 points. Not what I've been wanting to see out of Bryce Lindsey, a guy who's capable of putting up 20-plus points a night. Serious guard for Villanova. Does he get up for this spot? Possibly. But I think UConn, fresh after the upset win, gets up even more for this one. And again, feels buy low price to me. Give me UConn minus the 2.5. I don't care that we're on the road. Dan Hurley gets his boys ready for this one. We got Stanford and Cal. This one, do your line shopping. I've seen up to -3. I've seen -1.5, -2 with Cal. That's where I'm looking. 18-8 this year, slightly the better team. And then Okpara here, looking like he's not going to play for the rest of the year, who's been a piece here since about January. He's been out, and I got him confused with the other Okori, who's still playing, 26 points in his last game, 40 points, 22 points. I mean, this kid is a big-time scorer. But I will argue after that, I am searching. Okpara and Gieler are two solid pieces, but I could argue California is a little bit deeper. Of course, there's still some injury concerns here with Cal. So, again, keep an eye out on that. But, Petraeus and Dort are the two names. Those are two nice role players for Cal. It's just the fact that this is almost a pick-em, and I think Cal's the better squad and at home here. Got to go Cal in this one. And, yes, I'll probably take an Okori over in his points. If he goes for 40, Cal could be in trouble. So, I don't know. That'll be the guy that kills us in that one. We got Bama, LSU. I'm not going to overthink this one either. I actually think Bama gets this one done, finally covers himself a spread. Totals 171.5. Give me the over. It's about, Phylon is actually a game-time decision. I'm just now seeing this. That is Bama's really top scorer. Still winners of 5 straight, and I think still good enough to beat this LSU squad, who's, again, lost 4 straight, 2-8 in their last 10. I don't know. I don't like LSU this year. I think Bama, again, a rivalry game here. Just about every statistic points to Bama offensive rating, rebounds, free throws, 3-point field goal percentage, pace of play, points per game. You name it, almost 94 points per game is this Alabama squad scoring. First one to 100 in this one, not mad at it. Let me get the over 171.5, and I'll take Bama minus the 5.5 in this one. All right, we got another set of blue bloods going at it here. Michigan and Duke have only played in 8 games since the year 2001. Duke is 7-1 lifetime versus Michigan. I think this is a telltale sign here because if you look at those 8 matchups, some of those Duke were laying 24, 22, 18 points. Now Michigan suddenly is the favorite. I get it. It is a neutral site game here. Duke 3-1 this year, neutral site. Michigan 4-0, neutral site. Michigan also 9-0 on the road this year. Have played some very good ball. Obviously lived up to a lot of this hype. 11 games in a row they've won. Like I said, 9-0 on the road. Last time these two teams played was back in 2013, just to put things into perspective. 2 top 5 defenses. Michigan, slightly better offense, 8th ranked in the country. I just like the versatile front court of Michigan. When you look at Duke, it's really Brown and what's-his-face, Ngongba are the 2 bigs. And then you're having to look Sar and Kemanaya are more of ththose forwards, not a lot of lead in their ass, if you ask me, to bang around with Lenenberg, Morez, Johnson, and Mara, the 7'3" cat. I don't know, Boozer and Ngongba with Mikael Brown. Is that enough? I don't think so. I also think the guard play of those 5 guards here for Michigan, just too much for Duke. Get Proctor, Jesus. Get Caden Boozer in foul trouble, Evans in foul trouble, Foster as well. One of those 3 guards attack. Elliot Cadeau will be the fastest player on the court. I can go on and on why I like Michigan here in this neutral site matchup. Give me the Wolverines here in this one. All right, some more chalk for you guys. Give me these Illinois Fighting Illini. Mick Cronin puts his foot in his mouth once again. Give me the most vodka drinking, whatever he said about these European bigs. Yeah, he probably said it as a backhanded compliment. Don't get me wrong, but Mick Cronin giving Illinois some bulletin board material. Tons of European players on this squad. You don't go run your mouth about these cats and think they're not going to show up ready to kick your ass. Illinois just got done whooping up on USC. It wouldn't surprise me to see them do something similar to UCLA, then head back home. Nice little West Coast couple beatdowns here for the Fighting Illini with Boswell now back in the fold of things. Yeah, give me Illinois here in this one. Final college game I'll talk about here. Iowa State, BYU. You guys know I hate Iowa State. I don't care that they got it done versus Houston. I'll argue both of those squads, Houston and Iowa State, are overrated. Taman Lipsey still shooting his 28%. Killian Torres shooting his 31% from three. Mommy Klovic is going to have to get hot as hell, shoot with his eyes closed and hit corner threes like Larry Bird again if you want Iowa State to win, or this Heisey kid who had his sister in the Olympics there, and then hours later shoots the game-winning three. Pretty scripted if you ask me. They turned the magnets on in the rim for Iowa State there. BYU's getting this one done. Sorry. DeBanta's going for 30+. Rob Wright III may go for 30+. BYU's still too much at home here. I think they're the better squad. Not in love with Iowa State at all this year. So, yep, BYU here in this one. Yes, Michigan and UConn, give me my money, right? Feels a little too easy. But we go there. Taking Florida team total over every game. You'd probably be up by a boatload right now if you've done that. What we got here? Some soccer to talk about? Yeah, we do. What we got? Newcastle, Man City. You look, Man City's actually in one of those rare spots in which they have no UEFA Champions League, no English Carabao Cup to look after, even though these two teams faced in that. Look, the line tells you all I need to know. Man City minus 200 for a reason. They get this one done. Newcastle isn't catching them slipping like normal times here in which they have other obligations with UEFA Champions League, etc. Man City ready for this one. Give me the Man City here in this one. Might have to go minus 1.5. Leipzig and Dortmund, the complete opposite. Dortmund here having to bounce back, step up and play. I think they just got mollywopped there in UEFA's league. And then they have to go turn around and play again. Leipzig here has had some success as well. Won the last meeting here a couple months back. Give me Leipzig here at almost even money to get this one done at home. And then, yes, I'll take a shot on Metz. It's a crazy, disgusting dog who's going to get relegated this season. Don't get me wrong. PSG also in the similar spot here. Did handle business in UEFA versus Monaco. But still having one more game in the knockout round. I could, see PSG sitting a few guys, not taking this one serious. Again, Metz at 1,600 on the money line, plus 1,600. Maybe seems a little crazy, but the plus 2.5, 1.5, whatever you guys like. Try to find a way to get on all this value that's on the Mets side. Again, fighting to get out of regulation. A couple wins and they're not in the bottom three is all I got to say. So Mets still with something to play for. Obviously, PSG really, really comfortable and looking forward to their UEFA Champions League matchup next. Mets here in this one. All right, let's get into the real stuff. We're getting into some fights. Raheem Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. Soriano, the experience at 185, I think helps him. A couple fights now here at welterweight. He's looked great. Has done some nice things. Has been in there with a who's who. I mean, he's fought a Brandon Allen before at 185. You look, Brahimaj's resume just simply doesn't stack up to what Soriano has done. I'm trusting Soriano to be able to get this one done, whether if it's with boxing or with wrestling. He'll avoid that guillotine choke that Brahimaj is known for. And either win rounds via ground and pound on top and coasting these rounds out, or win with a nice little knockout or something. Soriano has some knockout power. Puna Soriano in this one, minus the 115. We got Ode Osborne versus Alibi Idris. Both of these guys have some syndicate MMA experience. If you look, this is Extreme Couture. I'll talk about them in a second here. Punahele Soriano out of this gym. So I know a little bit here. Osborne and Idris, both these guys out of that syndicate gym here in Vegas. Interesting to see. I don't think Osborne is necessarily training under them anymore. Idris is the new young and up-and-coming guy. But I could argue that loss that he had there in the tough finale was very telling. Uh, I'm not impressed with that cat he lost to. He was like a minus 400 favorite to Idris and gave that one up. I could argue Odie Osborne's going to be a lot tougher than that cat he just faced. And you're getting plus 110 with it. Give me Odie Osborne, who's big for this flyweight weight class in this one. Another guy big for the 170-pound weight class is Chidi Bang Bang Njokuani versus Carlos Leal. Leal's going to not beat around the bush. He's straightforward to it. He's going to come forward, try to hit put some bombs on you. That's the wrong type of game plan with Chidi Bang Bang. Mr. Counter Striker and huge for this weight class. A tall fighter. A lot of muscle on his frame as well. Lean muscle, I'm saying. Leal will be the smaller fighter, even though it may look bigger muscular-wise. Frame and length, everything pointing to Njokuani. Obviously, the better boxing, slick on the feet. Maybe not wanting this one to go to the ground, but I think Njokuani is able to control distance enough. I see this one being a 30-27 outclassing, if not a late finish via knockout for Njokuani. Chidi Bang Bang Njokuani in this one. We got Zach Reese and Michel Pereira going back and forth a little bit on this one, but I got to take the plus money here with Zach Reese. Get it. He's probably more regional reject than serious UFC prospect. But Michel Pereira is on the last bit of legs here. Getting knocked out by Dawkins should tell you all you need to know, man. I'm not looking to back him at this price, minus 160, minus 170. No, thank you. I think Zach Reese will have some size. A big middleweight, don't get me wrong. Pereira's huge, obviously, a gigantic middleweight. Could probably fight at 205. So both of these guys big for the weight class. I could just, I don't know. I don't know if Pereira's in there. I don't want to trust him with his flashy antics. Even if he does fight serious, I can't trust his gas tank. I like Zach Reese to probably get this one done via finish, if I'm being honest. Probably second round. Zach Reese TKO of some sort. If not an outclassing via 30-27 decision win. So Zach Reese would be the side. You're getting plus money with him in that one. We got Spinach versus Delija. That's autocorrect for you. Sergey Spivak. No disrespect to him. He's another extreme couture type guy here. I've seen him stop in the gym. Big athletic middle heavyweight, despite what you may think about Sergey Spivak. The boxing has gotten better with every fight. He has enough skills and tools to beat Ante Delija, who's really a PFL Bellator-type level fighter who's come on, done some nice things in the UFC. You saw him go tooth and nail with Waldo Cortez Acosta, but I think Sergey Spivak lets Delija get wild early in this fight and eventually gets those takedowns. I like Sergey Spivak here to win this one, either by sub or by decision here. Sergey Spivak, and he's plus 110 on the money line as well. We got Danige Mezielkau Costa, who's been on a nice little tear here, 5-6 wins in a row for him. I think Danige is the perfect type of fighter to put an end to it. The scrambles from Costa, the jiu-jitsu, he's going to try to jump to on your back, get rear naked chokes, backpack style, jumping guillotines, a very scrambly type fighter here will, much like a Paddy the Pimblett type, find submissions from awkward angles. The striking is getting better with Costa. I still think there's many holes in his striking. And I think Danige is a little bit more crisp on the feet, especially with the boxing. I think Danige, yes, the reach advantage will be in Costa's favor, but that's never stopped Danige before. Danige has knocked out guys way taller than him before. I think Danige may catch himself another body here in this one, and you're getting plus 180. Do not sleep on Dan 50K Ige here in this fight. Again, repping Extreme Couture. I'm expecting a big night out of them. Expecting a huge night out of these guys. We got Jeff Neal and Euros Medic here in this one. Almost forgot his name. Not trying to disrespect, but this is a Jeff Neal spot. Look at the resumes. It's not even close. Luke A fight comes to mind. Just Jeff Neal's a gangster in there. He's not losing this fight. Sorry. He's minus 2 something for a reason. Real quick about this one. Jeff Neal probably by knockout, if not a 30-27 murder. We got Strickland, Alexander Hernandez in the main event. I got to go dog at the end of the day. I know Fluffy Hernandez has been doing some things, man. Just been taking people down and gassing them out. Looking like a middleweight Khabib. If I'm being honest, 1 second. Strickland has this type of style. That jab teep, not a lot of energy expended with his striking. To kind of counteract Alexander Hernandez. Stops 1 or 2 takedowns. This fight gets very interesting. Strickland's ground game is no slouch either. The fight against Kamaru Usman way back in the day. That was back at 170, way back in the day. But, Strickland has been in there with the who's who of the UFC. I'm looking at plus money with him. Just is what it is. I think this is the spot for him. Extreme Couture gets themselves some nice W's here on Saturday. Let's just call it what it is. There you have it. I broke down all the fights for you guys. Let me show you guys how today went. As a matter of fact, let me check on this Clippers-Lakers game, see how that one ended. What do we got here? Oh, why is it taking forever? We got 122-1. Oh, man. I'm on over, so that already hit. I'm on over, but I'm not going to get my Clippers money line. I'm not going to get Clippers money line. That's unfortunate. Well, there you have it, guys. We're going to finish the day 7 wins, 4 losses. I'm not going to complain too much about that. I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty cool with that. Let me show you how the site's been today. First off, last 30 days, we're up about 8 units. Last week or so, 2 units. We've had a nice I got my Saturday college hoops best bet in already. Saturday NBA best bet in already. Oh, yeah, I have a play on the pitch for you guys. Avoiding tennis, I dropped it today. My apologies. What do we got here, though? Bowling Green and Miami, Ohio. Over tonight. The over in Milwaukee. Milwaukee on the money line. Stupid Oakland, man. I don't know how you don't get that done without Gottlieb on the sidelines. Wizards there get the season or the series split there 2-0. Sweep, excuse me. And Detroit Mercy. Detroit Hoops. Don't sleep on them. But yeah, Casper Rudd was ugly. That was the tennis match. A lot of plays I put in today, and it'll be the very same way tomorrow. A big weekend ahead of us. Hamburger got it done. Need some cheese on that hamburger. But they get it done there with a +0.5. So, yeah, rolling right along, guys. It's time to get on a 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day. That's all I got to say. The money's going to keep racking up. Staying patient, but also knowing when to explode and get some volume in there. Yeah, I could go 1 play a day if I wanted to, and I probably should have from the beginning. I'd be on the yearly leaderboard. Just picking 1 game at a day, I could do that with my eyes closed. Sorry. The problem with me is I like to put 5 to 6, 7, 8 plays in and try to go real big in 1 day. And I've been staying disciplined, 1, 2 plays a day. But again, Friday and Saturday, I'm going crazy. 7 to 8 plays minimum. I think I got 4 UFC plays in. I'm going to put a package in as well for you guys there with the UFC. So hang tight on that. But yeah, thank you guys very much, man, for tuning in. Give me a favor, like and subscribe before I get out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make tomorrow a winning day. Peace.